now it's time for the disruptors in the world of crypto. George Tsilis is here with today's company, and that is Coinbase. Now, this is a big one. It is down in a big way. I see it down double digits in percentage terms. We've seen Bitcoin now well below 25,000. What's going on here in the world of crypto, and what catches your eye on Coinbase in particular?
Yeah, Nicole. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, bad stuff in the crypto ecosystem right now. But looking at Coinbase, I mean, they're the largest provider of end-to-end financial infrastructure for the crypto economy. But there are some challenges, and I'll address the challenges for the company relative to Bitcoin as well as Ethereum out there. But look, when you look at companies like Coinbase, we have to look at forward expectations. We know that they're, of course, a leading technology platform for crypto trading. They're an exchange, a broker, but also an account custodian. And I think there's some challenges that are underpinning the stock because of the fact that they actually moved pretty aggressively into collateralized lending. And I think that's becoming a problem for companies like maybe Coinbase and also MicroStrategy, for instance, which is now getting some scrutiny in terms of them borrowing to actually buy Bitcoin. And they have maybe some margin calls that they have to pay back or margin loans. So there's some challenges in the ecosystem of the crypto world. And I think overall, if you look at Coinbase itself, I looked at the breakdown of altcoins versus the dominant coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And the altcoins really represented about 60% of the transaction volume, which is relatively high considering that the two dominant coins, Bitcoin and Ethereum, are probably going to fare quite a bit better in the long run versus a lot of these altcoins, which many of them may not survive this current drought. So overall, looking at Coinbase, it's not trading below the May lows of $41, which is a good sign. But I think there's some challenges and struggles going forward with the company, and I'll address a few of those. Looking at the forward earnings for the company over the next 4 quarters, they're expected to lose about $4.40 a share, which does imply a negative 9% yield. The other thing is looking at monthly transaction users, which prior to the sell-off we're seeing as of recent, this is based on last quarter's earnings, monthly transaction volume fell 19%, as well as the average transaction revenue per user. That was down about 19% as well. So there are some challenges for Coinbase. So, one would say there's still some caution in this name, which has significantly underperformed the NASDAQ 100 of the last year, which is down about 18%. You can actually see Coinbase is down about 80%. And compare that to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is down 51% over the last year, even though it's down, in the 20+% range earlier today.
Yeah, and the whole concern here, a lot of anxiety, obviously with Celsius, there was talk about people not being able to cash out, and there's just a lot of nervousness in the group, and crypto overall, the market value is now below $1 trillion. So at this point, and I heard someone today who was saying Bitcoin 100,000. So tell me about Coinbase and how you would trade it here.
Yeah, so overall, Nicole, if you want to play Bitcoin, you probably are better off playing that particular coin itself versus maybe the companies like Coinbase. The reason I say this is a lot of the technology names that have some value and free cash flow positivity are down a lot, and those ones will end up surviving. And I think Bitcoin and Ethereum are the two dominant players in the coin space. But looking at Coinbase, there's still some challenges. We may end up seeing a divergence that continues in Coinbase relative to the other stronger dominant coins, like, of course, Ethereum and Bitcoin, but also maybe the NASDAQ 100, which is comprised of, some value-orientated technology names with large market share. So right now, got to be cautious on Coinbase. There's a lot of opportunities to catch, bottoms in this market. We're in a bottoming process overall, but there are still some challenges in the overall market. I think Coinbase is going to be challenged. So going forward, if you want to play this neutral or maybe even some bearish tilt to the stock, you can look at selling some call spreads, looking at, of course, the July, selling the 65 call, then buying the $70 call above that. Altogether, you could sell that for about $115 a contract or $1.15 a share. So the whole objective of this trade is that if the stock continues lower, that's fine. If it stays where it's at, that's also fine. But also the stock could trade all the way up to $65, and this trade is still profitable. So this one is a little bit more of a bearish tilt because of the nature of what's going on in the marketplace, plus the negative earnings yield on a forward basis for Coinbase, I think, going to pose a structural challenge for investors.
Interesting. So not saying, hey, great buying opportunity. On the contrary, bending a little bit here to the downside.